Welcome everybody to Dive Bar Democracy. That's M-O-C-K. We're going to have 3 topics. We don't know who it's going to be as far as our host or hostess goes. We don't know what our topic's going to be as far as any of that goes. But we do know that there's only one way that we do it, and that's the fuck 'em fam way. Y'all ready to meet the gang? Let's smash the fast, shall we? Aw, shit.
What's up, y'all?
It's Friday night. How y'all doing?
Chilling.
Hey, y'all.
It has been an amazing week politically. It's not often that you just get to report dubs all the way down the line from every time that Harris has gotten behind the mic, especially today when she delivered her economic plan and she actually had specific numbers as opposed to whatever the fuck Trump did the other day. I'm not talking about when he decided that he was going to do his best replication of if he was to feed Daffy Duck speed and have him watch 24 hours of Hitler speeches.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been an amazing week.
Is everybody ready to smash the fast?
Why did he sound like that?
I saw one headline say he went full suffering succotash.
Yeah. Did you?
He did.
Do you see the MAGA hats that just said suffering succotash? Well, the thing that I really wasn't expecting to come from that was 2 billionaires to laugh about how much they enjoy cutting regular workers and how much that they gave as far as ammunition goes to Sean Fain for a lawsuit.
Yeah. Talk about jamming rakes where rakes shouldn't be put.
It's like they can't help but incriminate themselves. They're like the sticky bandits.
Right?
When the West Bandit rake wasn't quite enough.
Oh my God.
Bear traps. We're stepping in bear traps.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Wet Bandits was so 2016. Was so Jan 6.
Wait, they left the water on in the Capitol?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so awesome. And going back to what I was talking about with Harris's economic plan that she just came out with, it's so rad because she gets to actually tout the Biden accomplishments, because we are at not only record low inflation, but we're at target inflation. We're at record low unemployment. We're at the stock market's never been higher. Did you notice during Trump's fuck knuckle conference that he had that when they started talking about, when he was talking about that the economy's never been worse, that on Fox News they had to hide the chyron that was showing the stock market at over 40,000.
Oh my
It's like 40 and a half, right? Something like that. It's pretty high.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah. Like, and was anybody else a little freaked out by him saying that he's going to take the box of Cheerios back to his cottage and have fun with it? It's like, dude,
Wait, what?
You didn't?
What?
You don't remember that? Oh, okay. So at the
I
end,
didn't hear that.
so at the end of Trump's crazy New Jersey conference that he did, he walked over to the table and he was looking at the products and he's like, "Oh, Cheerios! I haven't seen those in a while." And then he said, "I'm gonna take those back to my cottage and have fun with those later." He literally said that, and it just made me only wonder that he got really curious and he was like, "Wait a minute, Cheerios are this, dude. I could wear these as cock rings."
Oh God.
Yeah, they're small enough for him.
Hopefully not to disturb me while I'm cleaning my room.
Well, I think we should reach into the chopper hopper and find out who our host or hostess for tonight will be. Can I get a drum roll, please? Oh shit, it's Vixen on Blue tonight.
Surprise.
Oh boy, this will be interesting.
The first time, guys.
Your
I'm so
This will
excited.
be interesting.
first time.
Always feel special.
Oh, yeah, done
Well,
All right, well, Skip, if you want to throw up the first visual there, we'll
All
just kick right into it.
let's get on with the
Here
business,
we go.
shall
Buckle
we?
up, guys.
Okay, so I think the first topic, why don't you go ahead and introduce this photo to us, Vix?
Okay. All right. Welcome to today's episode, which is what I call August 15th in 3 parts. The first part we're going to talk about is what happened at the Missouri State Fair. This young man you see before you, beckoning to a small child in a red hat in front of a very large flag, is Josh Hawley. You'll know him as the pussy-ass bitch that was running away on January 6th. Okay? He decided it'd be a great idea to go to the Missouri State Fair and have a campaign event. Now, when he was there, everything all set up, UAW workers crash the party and start chanting at him that he needs to debate Lucas Kunce on TV because this motherfucker won't debate him. He's like running away from it or whatever, like he does.
As he's one to do.
So they start, oh, I wrote it down, play by play. Here we go. Okay, timeline. All right, he begins his campaign event. Then the members start chanting TV debates at him. Then he starts running off of the stage through the crowd, and they start heckling him and calling him a scab. And then the crowd chants TV debates, yes or no. He just keeps running. And then he got his little feelings hurt, because he was all, emasculated by the crowd or what have you. So I don't know. And he decides he's going to go looking for Lucas Kunce because he knows Lucas Kunce is there. So he has his obnoxious entourage on film walking around going, "Where's Lucas? You better debate me right now." And he finds them, and Lucas Kunce just tears him a new one. Says, nobody likes you. You're not popular. That sucks. It's embarrassing for you. Unions
Right.
gave you like a F rating or a failing grade or whatever. Kick rocks. And, I'll debate you. We'll do it right here. We'll do it on Fox News. And Holly's like, no, do it right now.
No, he wants to do it on like the back of the hayseed trailer behind like Tractor Supply Company, as opposed to doing it on national television.
Yeah, in a set space and area where he can't get away or can't,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean,
make a ruckus.
even
Where he has to stay there
choosing
and
to do
answer
it
to
on
his record.
well, even choosing to do it on Fox is still giving Josh Hawley a serious safe space.
He just embarrassed him in public. Oops. Not sorry.
I mean, all Lucas Kunce has to do is point out on January 6th where one moment he's fist pumping the crowd and the next one he looks like Forrest Gump.
I thought it was just really funny that, he started the day going to have a great campaign event. And then he just gets humiliated. And because he's who he is and he's a bully and he's the same as Trump, he's the same as JD Vance. He and JD Vance have the same mentor. Did you guys know that? Same creepy ass mentor. That's why they both have like no personality. And are
explains
crazy
that.
Christian wingman peoples.
Mm-hmm.
They're also fucking weird. And they get butthurt about everything. And if they would just go to therapy or relax.
Well,
I mean, instead of making their problems our problems, that'd be great.
Well, I like how Josh Hawley not only felt the need to write a book about manliness, when he's when he's the person whose eyes got as big as dinner plates when they talked about they were going to be getting data from the Capitol riot. When they said that they were going to be doing that, his eyes lit up and he was like started doing a bit, well, what I like to call methinks thou doth protest too much. Idea, because there's so much that Lucas Kunce could roast Hawley on. On live television. And that would have so much more impact. Also,
legit.
Well, it would
He's
also
a 13-year Marine veteran too.
It would also add to that rolling, I suppose, morale avalanche that the left has going on right now with, everything that Harris and Walz have been pulling through with this battleground state, like campaign blitz that they're doing. So I think that him calling him out nationally is totally the right move.
Yes.
I think that this whole wave that we have going is going to help so many of the down ballot races too, and especially I didn't really recently, I suppose, come to realize just how important that Montana is. I mean, that's control of the entire Senate comes down to Montana. John Tester has to win it for us to keep the Senate, and if we don't keep the Senate, it doesn't matter if Harris gets in or not. That legislation is going to be real hard to get through when they got the filibuster.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be like when Trump was in office and they kept basically knocking down all his ideas and everything that he tried to do, but it'll be the opposite.
Well,
with Harris.
When Trump was in office,
last year of Obama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because at least when Trump was in office, the Democrats still, they still tried to at least legislate, because Democrats are there for the American people. That's what we do. We don't take our orders from Putin and then try to destroy America and then demagogue off of that. So we attempted to govern under the Trump administration, and that's why even anything that possibly got done that wasn't just the tax cuts for the rich got done was because Democrats decided to help govern. Whereas once Biden got in, Republicans just sat there and just did this for like every single congressional session.
Obstruction.
Unless it was the bipartisan infrastructure bill, because they knew they were going to get to tout that. And then how many Republicans who voted against it still went and voted no and took the dough?
Yep. Stood up for the check signing and all that.
And
Biden called that out. He said they were going to do that. They took the money. He'd say they'd be standing there when the money comes.
And they were. Each and every one of them. The ribbon cutting at the signing.
That just proves they want to govern for all Americans, not just Democrats.
Well, it was refreshing hearing
they
Harris.
Want to govern, period. Good point.
Like I said, it was refreshing hearing Harris' economic plan today that didn't involve blaming everything on migrants and then also talking about needing to deport said migrants. Instead, she actually gave, oh my God, numbers.
You mean actual physical proof that you can read and see?
But not like what I like to call Trump numbers, where he says things like 10, 20, 30 million, like is always like the one or two, the bump. The Trump bump. That's when you know he's lying.
Embellishment.
Yeah.
Everything's always bigger.
Stretch it out.
Huge. We need invisible accordion.
We know why.
Yes.
We know why he
at all
stretches
times. Because
compensating for something.
I suppose this is where you go back to the Cheerios reference. What?
We know from Stormy that the Trump bump isn't very big. Okay.
Little feller.
It's short. Short-lived.
That's why Bobert won the concert. She was the only one to eat all the Cheerios.
Oh my god.
Hand jobs and Cheerios. Way to start your morning.
Yeah, the fourth primary is just a hot dog eating contest.
Damn. Fuck them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
On that note.
It depends because
That's it.
a lot of uggos at the RNC, but even though they're breaking grinder.
Yeah.
All right, then let's fuck with them.
Dude, speaking of that,
Yeah,
like
no.
the whole like you got to be weirder than them. Like the one cat, is it Robbie Roadshow? I believe his name is, who like dresses up like MAGA and like goes out with the megaphone and like
Oh,
screams.
that guy, yeah.
A shout out to him. That dude is
He's
a we need to make sure we pronounce his name correctly on this. So we need to make sure, but we need to make sure that we give him a shout out because he's a national treasure that needs protected at all times.
Yeah.
Walter Masterson does the same shit. He tries to out crazy them. It's so good.
They're doing the Lord's work. They really are.
Might as well fuck with him.
I just love that he had the ability to play YMCA through his megaphone. He was able to attach it so the music came through while he shouted simultaneously. It was like a backing track. And
Oh my god.
I just love what he's like.
Streams playing.
He's like, let's storm the McDonald's. Like just like we did the Capitol. Let's storm the McDonald's.
Oh my god.
We could put
It's
ketchup
funny,
on
they
our
don't know how to
ear.
react to him. Like they don't get violent or nothing. They're just standing there looking.
Well, no. Well, they attempt in their own little passive aggressive way, like trying to put like the Rodney Road steamer, Shooby-Doo says, but or like trying to like put the flag over his face and whatnot, or like try to like bump into him, and he just goes, "No political violence." And that is the thing to say now when you go and you troll MAGA crowd and they try to puff up on you. You just say that. Just,
January 6th me.
no
Political violence.
J6 me, bro.
Oh, don't Ashley Babbitt me too soon.
Nope. Don't want to get babbited.
Fuck her. She broke her oath and attacked the nation that I serve. Fuck her. Sorry.
Yep, that's right. She won the fuck
That's
around
how
and find
I
out
feel
trophy.
personally.
But yeah, don't J6 me, bro.
Oh, please.
I like that one.
No political violence.
This is so good.
So
Can we
good.
get like a shirt with that? The outline of like someone pointing bear spray in a cop's face and it says "Don't J6 me, bro." Yeah.
I want that as a shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Can we get that shirt? Because yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, Derek. Who even is that?
100%.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
their
did
claim
forget
to
Ashley
fame.
Babbitt.
I like
Yeah,
that-
he said nobody died on January 6th. Like yesterday.
Yeah,
We'll get into
he
it.
threw
It's
his
part of
own.
the thing.
Yeah, throwing his own people under the bus.
Like a sentence after he said, "Oh, there was no violence, no one died," and Ashley Babbitt, like,
Except for Ashley,
Hey.
poor Ashley.
That's another person killed because of him.
Some say she
She-
was a rabbit. I don't think she was a rabbit. She had big teeth. It's not her fault.
She finally got
I
her
also
shot.
put, like the blood on Trump and his people's hands for the cops, that some of the cops from January 6th committed suicide after the fact because what happened to them was so
Yeah.
awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a hero because she was shot. I prefer people who weren't shot.
That's something he'd say.
They forever have never been able to wrap their heads around how they try to make excuses for January 6th and for everybody, and it's disappointing because there's nothing you can do to convince them otherwise. They will say anything to avoid reality on it.
It's like
The
Schrodinger's
disinformation program started very quickly, though.
Yeah, well, they
And
had to
yeah,
have
they
that
wanted-
mass gaslighting campaign because they failed. It was like I said, I call it like Schrodinger's J6 because one moment they're it's Antifa doing it, and then the next moment they're patriots that need to be pardoned.
Oh, but it was also the feds somehow.
It was also the feds, and
There's a lot of
also
moving parts here.
apparently Ray Epps is
Never
a
forget
wizard
Ray
who can he's a wizard who can control thousands of minds simultaneously through his MAGA magic.
Yeah.
I'd just like to remind them that Ray Epps is on the list of people suing Fox for defamation and will win.
That list seems to be growing.
It does.
I do like completely unrelated is now Iona that's suing them as well. So an Olympic.
Oh,
Olympic,
yeah. I was going to say
rugby
the
player.
boxer. Oh, the rugby player. I thought the boxer's already suing a bunch of people too.
No,
yeah.
it's the boxer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Which is awesome.
So yeah, it was the boxer that is already filing lawsuits, and not even in this country. It's like other countries too, because other countries have better regulations for it.
And that other boxer who, because she took a bunch of money a few days later to say, oh, well, yeah, I thought it was unfair, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, welcome to nobody in your sport ever liking you again. That is the worst thing you can do in combat sports. I know, I've been there, is accuse somebody of cheating just because you lost. Like, nobody will talk to you after that. Like, you're done in that community. So good luck there. Mm-hmm.
Hope the 50K was worth it.
Yep.
I'm telling you, they're just obsessed with transvestigation, and I love that it's blowing up on them because it's also blowing up on J.K. Rowling. And it's just like,
yeah, her and Elon are named in the suit, aren't they?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
And Elon's also going to be in that UAW suit. It seems like this is just me, but go Fash, lose cash.
Yeah,
seems to be a
like
trend.
it.
It just seems like let's
parallels.
ask Mike Lindell about that, shall we?
Who?
We'll catch him at the Carl's Jr. He's probably there.
Maybe-
Was it Arby's? I forget.
He's going to be at the DNC.
Maybe-
It's going to be amazing.
I thought it was Arby's. You get the bacon mushroom Swiss.
Hey,
Maybe we
don't
can
you
say
know
that.
I came here to the DNC because I was trying to get you Democrats to start voting Republican.
And I
No.
thought he's supposed to go to every county in the country. Remember?
Oh,
He
yeah.
made an announcement. Yeah. I wonder how that's going.
Yeah, he was going to educate Democrats as to why we're wrong about Trump.
Yep.
That's right. Oh.
Maybe we could say
Yeah.
like go Putin, get a suing. I don't know. Go
Dude,
Poot, catch a suit. You know, like
I just know that the guy who plays Mike Lindell on Jimmy Kimmel is like, the fact that he doesn't have an award is a goddamn pitiful excuse of a travesty of Hollywood, if you will, if you ask me. Because when he called him Jimmy Crumble the first fucking time,
I still can't get past the fact that he got Mike Lindell to appear
in a crane
in a
machine.
fucking claw machine, for fuck's sake. He did.
Oh yeah.
He
Okay,
did.
you guys
It
gotta
was
show me this. I've missed it,
outstanding.
and it sounds amazing.
Oh my god, Vic.
Well,
You have
I-
to see it. Mike
Yeah, you
Lindell
have to
was
see
on
it.
Jimmy Kimmel in the claw machine. It was, oh my god.
and you
Yeah,
think,
if you haven't seen it, we'll view it later. We'll
yeah,
watch it.
and you think that when they're talking about doing an interview with him inside the claw machine, you think they're being silly, metaphorical, whimsical, even. No, and then
Whimsical, yes.
and then right before the commercial break, it cuts to Mike Lindell in a claw machine waiting to be interviewed.
Wow.
And it was at that point that I knew that MAGA does not know when they're being trolled.
No,
No.
no, they don't.
Guys, we don't deserve Jimmy Kimmel. He's an angel and he's doing the Lord's work. He put him in the machine.
We love you, Jimmy Crumble.
That's so I could see it too, you guys. It's just the sweetest. Oh,
Can I
it
just
looks
point
like
out?
having a good time.
Can I also point out here for the benefit and the support of our late night friend Seth, who was the one who actually his montage the other night actually reeled back at how long he has been calling the Republicans weird and weirdos.
Yeah.
And I got to say,
Yeah.
hats off to him. He's been the one to have actually called it for as long as they've been abject weirdos.
Well, the
And
idea
it's only
that
the
you can
Walz
only laugh
pulled
at
it,
people
it's
is
trending.
weird.
They are weird.
Like, you have to be
MAGA
able
is
to
fucking
laugh
weird.
either at yourself or at the situation, and be not just strictly at other people's misfortune is your only source of entertainment and pleasure.
It's
Well-
saying more about you. Yeah.
What
I
makes
think-
you happy, Edie?
I think there's a huge difference in the parties too, because like when the Democrats talk, it's always like, we're going to do this and we're going to rebuild and we're going to help these people and do that. And then the other side is like, we're going to take these benefits away and you should
You're gonna be
hate and
sorry.
fear trans people. And yeah, and I don't think that the majority of the United States wants some negative, hateful bullshit.
We
The
We
minority
talk
has
about
been convinced
I
that,
mean-
that they are close to a majority for way too long.
And the
Yeah.
polls are reflecting exactly what you're saying right now, Rachel.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we talk
One
about our
side's selling
neighbors
hope,
and
and the other side's
caring.
selling despair.
what was that, Tony?
They're selling. We're talking about neighbors and everyone being together and caring about your neighbors, and you see a lot of that with some of the Kamala stuff when we talk about all these people for Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Is they're going, yeah, we disagree on a lot of things, but that guy's fucking nuts. How nuts are they?
And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbor.
Yeah.
They're fucking weird.
Well, I mean, yeah, they care more. You can see this if you just watch the Kamala's rallies and watch a Trump rally. I've seen tons of Trump rallies over the years. Way too many.
Way too many.
But yeah, more than anyone else. Anyway, but I've seen just tons of them, and you never see him address the medics and be like, "Oh, hold on, get that person. Is that person okay?" I've seen that at pretty much every Kamala Walz rally.
Yeah,
Everyone, because they actually care about the people that are there.
Kamala,
Yeah, did you
Kamala
see the
does
one
this
the
thing
other
too.
day?
Kamala does this
sorry.
thing that's really cool too. That like, if people are cheering and stuff, and she wants to talk, she's like, okay, all right, bring it down.
yeah. She doesn't
Yeah.
just sit there and just like bask in it like Mussolini
Yeah.
style.
Yep.
I think
For
one of the,
22 seconds.
well, I think one of the best one of the best things is that like
No.
if you look at the difference between a Walz Harris rally and a Trump rally is genuine smiles and laughter. Like not just
Joy.
cynical laughter, not just punching down, but genuine, you can see it right here in people's eyes when they smile laughter.
Right.
Joy, man.
Well,
Joy.
I was going to say,
I guess go finish, Tip. Go ahead.
I was going to say what I take most from the overall language from the two rallies is Harris and Walz are speaking to people. Trump and JD are speaking at people. The vibe is very different. Like the communication, the interaction between the speakers and the audience is very much an informed conversation back and forth with the people, whereas the Trump rallies are a delivery of their message. And what really, I don't know if other people see it like I do, or like people who watch Hal do. If you see the people they place behind him, they are all plants. And you can see them playing their enthusiastic part for the first 20 to 25, maybe half an hour.
Then they fall asleep.
And then they drop off to play their regular part to earn their $75 off Craigslist. And it's not hard to see when you know that that's what's going on. And when he points out the front row Joes, do people not realize his traveling hardcore supporters actually make up a vast portion of his regular rally contingent, so that they look like they're more popular than they are? And it's a cell phone, it's an open confession, but it's also coded and hidden in the shit that he spews out there. But
if you watch
Harris
the rallies,
just the vibe is there. They're talking to the people. The people are receptive, and anyone who's listening can hear the difference in the message. If they're actually listening, if they haven't heard either speak, they can listen to it and they will hear the difference for themselves, regardless of what they've been told about them. Yeah.
If you watch those Trump rallies and too, like the live streams, you'll see them come by and supply them with stuff too, like hold this sign, like all the people that stand behind him. So it's a total farce.
And then they charge them for this stuff later.
Choreographed.
I mean, we do the same when it comes to handing out merchandise to hold on camera. Every campaign does that. But the thing is the genuine engagement, because did you see the video from his rally in Atlanta where the gal literally she conked the fuck out behind him.
I actually want to go back to that because I think it was the rally in Atlanta, and then it was what Hammer said, where she said 22 seconds. Trump straight up froze. He was talking. He just
just kind of stood there like
for 22 seconds.
He's doing his Mitch McConnell cosplay.
And Fox cut away. It could have been longer. Fox cut away from it. They're just like, oh, hold on. Like, what?
Huh.
Covering for him.
He's the only old motherfucker running now.
Well, it's a confession of guilt when people on Fox or any conservative media are just like, see, Kamala was covering for Joe. She was covering for how senile he is. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing cutting away when he McConnell's straight up live on TV?
I like how we've turned McConnell into a verb.
It is. It is.
I'm McConnell.
You got McConnell.
Oh, can we twist it into a turtle thing? Feel like he kind of shelled up for a minute there. You know?
Man, that's absolutely outstanding. Because
do we want to go to?
Well,
it
just seems like, and stay with me here. It just seems like there's a turn happening in the world, not just with Britain and they had their elections, and then they have their riots, and then now they're starting to crack down on that business. But France, they defeated the right, and now Ukraine has incurred into Russia. Now Harris is leading in the polls. Now the economy is flattening back out to where it needs to be. There's this shift happening, and I think that there's enough good stuff happening that this momentum can carry us not just into the DNC, but also give us that bump and just keep going.
Yeah, we're in real good position. I thought of this metaphor the other day. The other side, the GOP, they are a sandcastle. Nothing they can do is going to save them. They're falling apart. The tide's coming in. They're gone. They're going to be washed out to sea. Their party is over. We are the avalanche. We're picking up steam. We're picking up debris. That's a horrible analogy, but you know what I mean. We're picking up momentum and power and all of that, and we're just going to crush
I would
fascism.
be like a
in those
tsunami
things.
picking up
Or a
picking up
pyroclastic
cars
flow.
and beach cabanas and shit.
We're
and just
debris
washing
for
it all away.
democracy.
Well,
Yeah.
Debris for
especially
democracy.
especially when the
I
right
just
wing
think that
grifters are eating each
sorry.
other alive right now. That really ultra lets you know that there's no honor amongst thieves. Wicked people can be friends with neither good people nor wicked people, as you were saying,
They're Sith,
Rachel.
man.
Hammer, as you were saying.
Also like I think there's a connectivity thing to it when you hear something like because we've got so much Trump rallies of hate and ignorance and bigotry, and then these Harris campaigns and like JD Coach, just this positivity and this openness and stuff. I think that's really going to have a great pull with pulling people like this, because I wouldn't declare myself like a Democrat. I was more middle leaning, but it's like you have to go with like the one that's going to do the best job.
Well, the one who's also going to protect people's rights as opposed
Yeah.
to using government and religion as a sword and a shield simultaneously.
Absolutely.
So
They're
let's.
also talking like table issues, like
I
making groceries
agree.
cheaper and gas, and things that affect people directly, not corporations.
Well, I mean, they're all in on the corporations. I mean, when Elon and Trump get into a room together and Trump forgets the general public is listening, he's sitting there right beside Elon praising. And I think that actually they're calling it out because if I'm not mistaken, if I was to look at our second topic, I think that what you told me, Vix, was they're going for the throat.
Jugular. Yes, let's do it. Biden, or excuse me, so used to saying it. Harris HQ is on it, and she has all of her claws out and her fangs just ready to go, ready to get real bitey. I'm just going to read it. I know sometimes this can be hard to read. Can you go back to the first one? Yeah, there we go. All right. Okay, so the Harris Walz campaign put out this media advisory for yesterday, August 15th. Donald Trump to ramble incoherently and spread dangerous lies in public, but at different homes. Today at 4:30, Donald J. Trump, loser of the 2020 election by 7 million votes, will hold another public meltdown in Bedminster, New Jersey. Next slide, please. Already delicious.
Who's a her?
When you call him a loser in the first sentence, darling, keep it up. Love it. Date and time, yesterday, Thursday, August 15th. Venue, not a battleground state. No. Not anywhere that fucking matters. No.
Oh,
And there's so many reasons why dumbass didn't go to a battleground state. A, he's probably not welcome there. B, he probably has unpaid bills from the last rallies he, held in those states.
Well, I mean,
The
you've
lack
seen.
of enthusiasm, maybe?
Have you seen the
I
map?
like how you said. I like. Oh, go ahead, Skip. Never mind.
Have you seen the map of places that he owes money at each place he's done a rally? There's a map now.
Oh,
Is it like a poop
maybe
map?
50 states, wouldn't it?
The San Francisco poop map.
The Ron DeSantis poop map.
Oh,
Oh,
update. He
excuse
also now has a Milwaukee. Is it Milwaukee or something poop map? Yeah.
Oh
Can we
God,
call him shit map Ron?
dude, Poop Map Ron needs to cut it out because that's gonna be all he's known for. Like he's not ever gonna be known for anything more than his white go-go boots and his poop map.
Shit map Puddin' Fingers Ron over there.
Poop Map Ron.
With the
I like-
pudding fingers in the go-go boots.
Back to the
I like how
statement.
earlier You said he Rambos incoherently, which makes sense because he sounded like Sylvester Stallone the other day. So he did Rambo incoherently.
It's two different two different Sylvesters, but it'd be amazing to hear the actual Sylvester Stallone have the voice of Sylvester from Tweety. Like, imagine how much more interesting Rocky would have been.
And read the Trump speech.
Right.
I was about to go there.
I just
Can we
I
get
just wanna
AI
make
to
sure-
do that for us?
yeah, just send me a
Yes.
send it a script. Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone mixed with Sylvester the Cat reads Trump's speech. Yes.
That's going to have to be an AI voice thing. Never mind the
Yay.
Black British robot.
Eugene Robinson reads 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh,
I'd rather hear Joe Kennedy read 50 Shades of Grey.
John Kennedy. Everybody loves spanking for beginners.
Murder.
There we go.
Oh, God.
I just want to note
Hey, Grandpa.
that yet again. That's a good one. I just
All right,
want
I'm
to note
gonna
that
continue with the
yeah, in
media
that- Go
preview.
ahead.
Here we go. Not so fresh. Off the NABJ, Florida, and Twitter glitches, Donald Trump intends to deliver another self-obsessed rant full of his own personal grievances to distract from his toxic Project 2025 agenda. Unpopular running mate, Mr. JD the Couch Vance, or CF Vance, for if you're sophisticated.
The couch.
The couch. Unpopular running mate, the couch, and increasing detachment from the reality of the voters who will decide this election. These remarks will not be artificial intelligence, but they will certainly lack in intelligence. Love that you put it like that.
Sick man.
It almost
Very
feels like
well,
we wrote this
certainly will.
motherfucker.
Again. Let's finish it up here. Banning abortion, raising costs on families, confusing basic facts, cutting Social Security and Medicare, blocking border security, and being publicly unstable, unfit, and unwell will not help his struggling campaign for president. Tune in for the same old thing.
That's
Madam
right. They're
President.
going for the throat. Like, it's almost like the campaign has been listening to Tony and like all the other people on the left who actually know how to get in and talk some shit, honestly.
Yeah, it's real. Feast thine eyes upon my field where I grow mine fucks, and thou shalt see that it is barren. There are no fucks to give.
It's Baron.
Oh no. Baron Trump.
No, speaking of him, he's the one that got him on that Aiden Ross show and got him like possible campaign finance violation.
well, no, they attempted.
course.
He tried to gift the Rolex to Trump and found out that it was going to be a campaign violation.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
gave it to Barron instead.
Yeah, and then he couldn't give him the Cybertruck, mainly because it was a rental. Yeah, they didn't mention that.
So they put a wrap on a rental?
They tried
Yes.
to rental.
Oh my god. I can't believe they put a wrap on a rental.
Mhm.
Interesting.
That's like some serious, like, your stereo system costs more than your car shit.
Right.
That's serious poser shit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's really hard
He's
to
snitched
drive a
underwear.
Cybertruck and just be taken honestly, because as much as you might be sitting there like, yeah, I'm cool in a Cybertruck, every teenager that you see is pointing and laughing.
What I did. I'm not even
I'd
a
say everyone
teenager,
else
but
is
the only one I've ever seen, I was walking and I just like, as it went by, just like, ah. Mhm.
Are you
Was
making
Tucker-
fun of the size of my automobile? That's a deep cut for all you Simpsons fans out there.
I drove a Honda Civic in high school, and my friend used to say that to me all the time. Just like, nothing is the size of my automobile, because I'm huge and I was in a Honda Civic. Yeah.
Blow the people kisses.
Oh my god, I had the opposite problem. I had my grandfather's huge ass Ford truck, and I'm this little 5-foot one. I had to sit on my textbook so I could see above the dash.
Oh my god.
This tiny little girl. That's adorable.
You have to like tuck
My
and
friends would
roll when
laugh
you get
at
out.
Yeah, oh, I had to lift my leg up so it's a good thing I was flexible. Lift my leg up so high to get up in that thing. They're running start sometimes.
Oh,
You guys want to move on to the last one? It's a doozy. We'll go through it piece by piece because all of it's just so delicious.
Do it.
Well
Alright.
then, I suppose there's only one way to bring this stupidity in. Here you go.
I call this section Cheerios, Trump cock rings, aka Grandpa holds a presser.
Oh,
Man loves some Cheerios.
Grandpa
Oh,
holds a
boy.
presser. Isn't that what he was
The
trying to
attire.
avoid letting out during the debate?
We have the ill-fitting shitty suit, the same shitty tie, the orange, shit burnt orange makeup, the tiny jerking off Durant giraffe hands. You know they're coming up to do their thing. And inexplicably, raw meat and breakfast cereals and coffee. Just for funsies, I guess. All right.
So they do.
The funniest part was that when
So-
he stepped out, he never noticed that the display was there.
was he doing a commercial for General Mills?
Just went right to the.
It was an hour and 43 minutes that I watched on 1.75 time because goddamn. If I was going to torture myself, I was going to get it over with quick. Oh, Lord. Okay, so a couple of the things you notice when he first starts talking on this press conference is that he throws out a lot of statistics. Now, he doesn't source them like a normal person would, but he does something very specific. He says that these are government numbers, not from me. These are government numbers. Just government numbers. That's what they're called. Like when he said like cereals went up 26%, that's a government number. Houses cost twice the mortgage now, that's a government number. Just government numbers. What does that even mean? These are from government, not from me. Not the government, from government. He doesn't.
The
syntax needs some work.
The thing that really annoys me and that his followers can never understand is any problem that they might have under the quote unquote Biden administration is all left over from Trump's policies. All of the problems are left over from his failures. But just simply because Biden is in office, he's able to pin those on there because people don't know how everything was great under Trump because they were reaping the benefits of Obama's legislation. And so he handed Biden a gnarly pile of burning refuse and expected him to, shape it like Rumpelstiltskin into spinning straw into fucking gold. And that's what the American people expect. But at the same time, we got half of Congress going.
They still have not done any work. We've been talking about the election for a few months now, nonstop. And Congress has just stopped doing anything. They went on their summer break and
That's it.
They're done.
The little that they did achieve, which was just token, they were name branding bills, and the rest of it was investigations and fuckery.
Investigations over the guy who they ended up not having to run against.
That's good. That's
not only
funny.
What was uncovered in those House hearings under oath was pretty significantly damning, and that really should be brought back up. Like that was some nasty shit. What Lev detailed was going on, and what seemingly was ignored through that hearing and has been overlooked since. That's something that's got to be chased up.
I find it extremely interesting as far as that goes because they, in their pursuit of Biden's ghosts, they gave the Democrats the ability to unearth extremely real evidence that was used to try to impeach a president of the United States. And I don't think they realize that every single time that they try to do something, it does not work for them. Even every time that they do, like JD Vance gets behind a microphone and does a stupid little press conference in front of 15 people, he says some stupid shit that can be used against them as oppo.
They can't help not be weird.
Every day they give more ammunition to fuck with them.
Yep.
Without trying.
Every moment.
Without trying.
I've been saying Trump has been doing those conferences every Thursday at his golf courses. Like, he should be required to report that as an in-kind contribution to the Harris-Walz campaign.
Absolutely.
I mean, he already donated to her once, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
he did.
Did you see they made a billboard out of that fucking check?
I did.
I
Good stuff.
I saw that.
did. You.
That is
Good work out there, guys.
outstanding.
All right, we ready for some more Trump flubs from his wonderful little press? He said that you can rob a store if you take $950 or less, and he's seen robbers there with their calculators out, calculating how much they're taking.
Oh, God, yes.
It's legal
Is he
if you
solid?
take less than $950.
That
This
bitch
was the
doesn't go
man.
shopping.
Well, because Lord knows every time
Tell
I've
me you
ever
don't
seen
go
anybody
shopping.
do a smash and grab, the first thing they do is pull out their Texas Instruments.
Yeah, exactly.
CIA 85 calculator out. They're clearing it because it says boobies on it if you hold it upside down.
Boobless.
You know.
Yeah. See, my grandpa, he was
his calculator.
my grandpa. He was a thief back in the '60s. So I have this from
That's
him.
his calculator.
Yeah, he had to figure out.
rule.
He had to
Yep.
figure out how much everything was worth. He's just like, hold on, no, 960. That's too much. Hold on. We can steal something. It's $5 now. Let's do it.
Got it.
Isn't
You
that isn't that the limit of like before it becomes a federal crime? Isn't like below that is a misdemeanor? Is that what he's trying to say?
It's
I
the
think that's
limit
what
as
he's
a
aiming at.
misdemeanor, not federal crime.
Here's the thing.
Not.
Here's the thing.
That's
We're
true.
never going to get a straight fact from Trump. And even if we do, we're going to fact check it because no way you can never trust this motherfucker. So even if he says 950 and it's not illegal, what does that even mean? He doesn't know. He was half listening at the time and staring at a fish delight and wondering if his daughter was available that evening. You know, he was
No.
busy thinking about a time and Amazon. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, God.
Damn.
He does not understand like how people human,
Wait,
like how normal
on, like-
people.
Maybe we need to go after Samsung because I just brought up this crime app on my phone. That's weird.
Hmm.
If the Amish ever start doing smash and
Damn.
grab, are they going to like have their abacus out? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're just gonna be like walking from place to place with an old school adding machine, just like.
You got like a green visor on.
I gotta figure it out. You have that up on your phone. 'cause
But then they gotta run home with their horse and buggy.
Just Stephen Colbert style. Just mash it. And mash the keys
Oh, yeah.
and hit the print.
Yeah.
And make up a number as you read it out. Air it off. And he does that very well.
Fucking
It's a very
stupid
specific
timeline.
Oh my God, about to get dumber. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trump went on for like a full 2 minutes about how jealous he is that China is building a new coal plant every week, or 2 coal plants every week. Germany and China are building a brand new shiny coal plant each week, and we don't have any energy here in America. He's so fucking butthurt about it.
Even
guys.
though
He's
we're
so
pumping
jealous.
more oil than ever.
I'm
Okay,
surprised
so-
he hasn't asked for a coal-powered car by now. He fucking
Here's the
just
other
loves
thing, though.
coal.
China also has the largest hydroelectric power plants in the fucking world. And they're also opening several nuclear plants along with those coal plants. And he's not talking about how many coal plants are being decommissioned every week.
No.
Because they're not game coal plants. They're
And he's,
decommissioning them as well. Mhm.
and he's only going to
Yeah,
look at the facts that bolster what he wants to say or what he wants to look at or what he's championing.
of course.
Mhm.
You know?
They'll never look at actual local contextual information like the old infrastructure versus the new population growth and rebuilding, not rebuilding existing plants because it's highly inefficient to down and rebuild an existing plant with new technology. It is far
Mhm.
easier and more practical to build it in a better place and build the right type of plant.
Yes.
That's a no-brainer as far as energy goes practically.
You know, coal plants last anywhere from 50 to 30 years. They can last longer, but that's about the timeline. And China, of course, you know, they're decommissioning a huge amount of them right now. And they also have, you know, the Three Gorges Dam, which is a huge hydroelectric plant.
Look,
Yeah.
realistically, we do have to rely on fossils for a lot of our high energy demands, particularly
Yeah.
the high current, processing and industrial demands. You can't rely on battery stuff. You can't rely on solar energy for a lot of that stuff, but it can
Mhm.
take the load off all the domestic idle stuff. We've
Yeah.
got to burn coal, but I would hate to think that if I built a coal plant now, that in 30 years there wasn't something a whole lot more efficient to
Yeah.
replace it with. And I'd hope that was on the cards, 12 years after I'd built that coal plant.
Yeah. They have
Knowing
to
that
have a
that one can
cer-
still operate, but yeah, look to the
they have
future.
to have a
Not
certain amount of what's called a spinning reserve because of
yeah,
those high energy demands. So they have to have a certain amount of generators up and spinning at a time
yeah.
to be able to meet that demand. And they have, you know, and those generators have to have extra capacity. So yeah, there's going to be a need for
Well,
fossil fuels.
you commit your output capacity in your generation when you build the plant. So, like,
Yeah.
essentially, it's very much down to you build the best plant you can at the time, knowing that you're hopefully going to get your money's worth out of it, having built it in the
Yeah.
right spot and anticipating
Yeah.
the increasing demand on the infrastructure. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm a bit tech like that.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, though, because it's
Yes.
like coal plants are not the most efficient.
Oh
Coal
God, no.
plants are at the most 50% thermal efficiency. A good dual cycle natural gas plant can be well over 60% efficient, 63,
Yeah.
64% thermally efficient.
Not
So,
to mention the vast reduction in harmful emissions.
yep.
I mean, in
That was
Europe,
one of the
they
things.
got real smart.
That was one of the things I was looking up is when we started talking about the oil stuff and the Keystone Pipeline being shut down that wasn't built yet. Fucking idiots. One of the other major pipelines is a natural gas line that goes right out of Texas, and they ship a lot of it out straight to Venezuela and South America and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an export commodity port. Like that's
Yeah.
piping the money out. That's piping the oil out to get money back in, or natural
Mhm.
gas, or whatever the commodity is. The Keystone. I don't know how it becomes a conversation point. It was a project to transfer Canadian oil to the Gulf of Mexico.
It was to make
There
money.
was
Yeah.
no. Yeah,
It was to make
it
money.
was never. Yeah, it was making money on the royalty of piping oil across the US territory. It wasn't
Yep.
oil for any Americans. It
No
wasn't
demand
American oil
produced.
for the Americans. It was Canadian oil for them to export to the world from a better port.
And Trump still and the Republicans still try to push bills so they don't have to pay the royalty. So the company just gets to do whatever they want.
Yeah, and that's where it gets out of control.
There it is. Can't help it. Because all their bullshit always rolls into their biggest piece of bullshit. It always matches.
The same old talking points. Electric cars.
Yeah.
That was too easy.
It was very easy.
Here was a
Climate
fun
change.
here was a fun new complaint that I heard from Trump that I hadn't heard before. He is in stark disbelief that sometimes when he orders things on Amazon, it takes a little longer to get there. He was so upset. He was like, I ordered it several days ago. It should have been here by now. He sounds like someone's old grumpy grandpa. Bless his heart. Ah,
Right?
Mhm. The perfect example for Trump too. Ketchup.
no.
Speaking of
Mhm.
communism, Skip, Elon posted this morning calling Kamala a communist.
Of course.
Of course he did.
Oh,
Oh,
I've heard that everywhere. Like they keep saying it on like AM radio and like some of the dark spaces. It's like, oh yeah, commie Kamala. Like, it's a normal thing. They call
Not
everyone
close there.
communist.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think Trump projected all three. Trump did it in his speech media thing yesterday or the day before. He he was talking about Joe and Kamala and Democrats in general, and he used all the terms. He called them fascists, he called them communists, and he called them socialists. I was like,
Mhm.
wait, what?
I mean, I love our diversity. Good for us.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, it's like Republicans have become masters at Darvo. And it's deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender.
Oh yeah.
And anything that you call them that's factual, and you can like, you have green hair. They're like, no, I don't. You have green hair. What are you trying to say? Like, you want to fight?
Yep.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I can feel smart just by learning these quips to stop the conversation or reverse it. Yeah, of course.
The
Okay, a couple more small things, and we'll get to the fun thing.
yeah. Oops.
Okay,
do it.
so he remarked that school lunches were the cost of it was up 65%, and then he said, "What family can afford that?"
Wow.
You
Right?
fucker.
His is the party of not giving kids school lunches and breakfast so they can learn without their stomachs, grumbling. Or who was it? Was it Kristi Noem or Nancy Mace? Who was one of those runny rotten cunts that said that kids were too fat and lazy in America, and so they shouldn't get free lunches.
Wow.
These
That's
people are
disgusting.
inhumane. It's inhumane. They're children. They're
Cruelty
kids.
is the point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, why doesn't Christy just take those kids to the gravel pit?
Oh, it's
Mm.
like
Oh,
the
she
moment that
wants
you
to.
try to actually do anything
Yeah.
to help kids, it's just, instantly shot down as far as legislation goes. But they'll sit there and yell about save the children and sound of freedom and this, that, and the other when the movie's actually like funded by like groomers. Like, I'm just
Yep.
so tired of all the bullshit. And I think all of us are. And that's why we were so excited about this campaign, because we're finally going to be able to put a cap on this. I mean, obviously, it's still going to be there. Like, white Christian nationalism is not going away. The Heritage Foundation is not going away.
Mm-hmm.
The Trump boat parades are not going away. But now they're cringe. They're you point and you laugh at them now. And that's why, I mean, even Trump behind the microphone said, she called me weird. No one's ever called me weird. Well, it's about time.
It's fucking weird.
And
I
now,
wanna-
We have. Trust me, we have.
You just haven't
I
been
wanna add on to
around,
what Skip
dude.
said, because you're talking about Christian nationalism, and I've heard in several places where they are trying to say that, oh, they are targeting Christian nationalism because they want to target Christians. And the buzzword Christian nationalism sounds better. Right? That's their response to this. Their response to, hey, you guys are trying to make a Christo-fascist country is you just want to target Christians.
Yeah,
If
and
you're persecuting
Antifa stormed
us,
the
it's
Capitol.
the Christian refrain. It's Mormon too.
It is.
Yep.
Christianity is and I grew up in it. It's a religion of persecution. And I mean, read the book. Like, I'm not like trying to denigrate them because of that. It's like Jesus was persecuted. If you believe the Gospels, it's like it is a religion of persecution and forgiveness and growth. But they don't take a lot of that other stuff.
No, they don't
Yeah,
take
they
any of the
forgot about
lessons
that
from
part
it.
of the book.
I absolutely love that there's an actual, there's people on this show that not only practice faith, but also people in this show that have like been part of faith. So there's a lot of well-rounded views when it comes to this, and all of us agree that the moment that religion tells you you need to use your religion to persecute other people just for being how they are, we know that is no longer an institution of trying to create a faith-based community. It's power. It's just power at that point.
That's why I really like, I'm Episcopalian, and there's people there, there's women priests, there's gay and trans people there's people covered in tattoos and piercings, and it's all about love and acceptance and helping people. And there's, different sects like Southern Baptists that, not all of them, but there's the ones that preach a lot of hate and ignorance, and they want people to gang up and hurt people, and that's not right, and that's not what Jesus talked about or preached.
I don't know about all religions. I just know the one that I was raised in. But it wasn't the violent type rhetoric that made me walk away. It was when they told me, as part of, one of the people in the religion, you can't ask questions. I was like, wait, what? No, that's unacceptable. I won't tolerate that.
For me, it was when I learned about medieval indulgences. Once I learned about that, I was like, okay, I'm officially like over this shit. That you can just pay money to have your sins forgiven. Nope. 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 And it took all the white Christian nationalism I was raised in and just threw it out the window instantly. Because it was just like, as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, hell no. No. We got to reevaluate some things here, Mom.
Yep.
Hey, Tony, how are we doing in the chat, man?
How's it going, everybody? Shout out to the Twitch chatters. We have Farmley was in there. Shuby's hanging out in there. Amethyst is hanging out in there. Bravo Chick. John was in there earlier.
Welcome. We have a newbie.
So, yeah. So, Bravo Chick, shout out if you're still watching. Saw you chatting a little while ago. We are definitely making fun, and we are balls to the walls in the chat.
I'm telling you, dude, Coach Walz, he is he's what we have needed as far as the idea of a vice president goes, because the vice president, as far as not like, there's the legislative part that they help with and the various assignments that they get, but for the most part, they're a hype person. Their job is to hype the president, and Coach Walz is all about that hype.
He's a communicator. He really is a communicator. And at a human basic level, like, he's really good at speaking to families, to men, to boys, to people in general. Like, he's a really good communicator at the public level and at the personal level. Like, he really is. You can tell.
Well, you can tell that he's used to working with for lack of better words, groups of people, whether it's, you know, he said he monitored the lunchroom, made the joke about losing his hair because of that. You know, being in the military, you work with groups of people. Being a coach, you work with groups of people. He understands the dynamic that everybody's different, and that sometimes you just need to just listen and get the best idea instead of telling them what they need to do.
Absolutely.
I think
You
to
would
finish,
think, don't you?
I think to finish off the best thing from this whole entire presser, I went back and I wrote it down word for word for you guys, and I'll do my Trump impression for you. Okay. So he goes over to the little table of food, right? And he goes, I think I'm going to take some of them back to my cottage and have a lot of fun. Like the Cheerios. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with bacon is through the roof.
Frankly.
Word for word, that's how he said it.
Wait, did he say with bigness through the roof?
How many times did he sniff?
Through the roof.
Oh my God.
Like he got wistful about what he was going to do with his Cheerios. And I got thinking, what's he going to do with those Cheerios? That's so fun. Like what could he possibly think to do with those? And I was like, oh, you know, it'd be perfect because his dick's so tiny. It would make a perfect cock ring. Just slide right on there. Or maybe like the itty bitty teeny tiny condoms that are so small, but he's smaller. They just kind of fall off. You could put that on there and then thread the Cheerio over it to kind of hold it in place. Like a washer.
Or he just he just like leans back in the bed and tries to play a ring toss.
And then I came up with an ad that he would read for Trump brand cock rings that would just be Cheerios spray painted gold, which you know is going to be his next thing he's going to come out with. He already did the shoes. He's going to do the sex toys. It's going to happen.
And if the Cheerio breaks, it's your fault, not his.
Dildos.
Cheerios covered in gold. That just reminds me of like Goldschlager. It's like, why would anybody drink that? Why not make it Leadschlager? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, I have so many bad memories from that stuff.
Gold is a heavy metal. It's a poison. Don't drink it.
Yeah. Even if it is colloidal.
Goldenschlager, Rumpelmans. Oh, God.
Oh, Rumpelmans, I have bad memories of. God damn.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
That's right up there with
talk about
Slow
Rumpelmans.
Gin.
Mine was Jägermeister, and it was a grog
Yeah, that too.
It's like
situation.
burnt leaves.
I won't drink Jaeger. Jaeger's disgusting. I won't
No.
drink it. I won't touch anything. I won't touch anything flavored with anise. Like, hell no.
Sambuca, nope. Sambuca's a no.
Duaka.
All right.
That's
rereading
like
this,
God,
I'm
I'm feeling
rereading this
ill.
ad, and it is not safe for work.
Shocker.
Do you want to hear it?
Do it.
yes.
Yep.
Do it. Fucking do it.
Okay. Beautiful golden cock ring, so gold, so toasty, goes great with milk, maybe man milk. Do men make milk? I don't know. My friend Jeff says they do. Someone should look into that. Thank
Love
you.
it.
I love it.
It's fun to fly on the Jeffrey Epstein plane. It's fun to fly on the Lolita Express.
Nope. Political violence.
Taking a trip on a Jeffrey Epstein plane. Yeah.
I want to put ketchup on his ear.
So thank you, everybody. That was August 15th in 3 parts. It was my
love
first time at the helm here.
Nice.
Hopefully I did all right.
Excuse me,
Very well
okay?
done, Vic.
Don't interrupt me, Danny Michaels. Very rude.
Horse milk ice cream. Oh no!
So were there any questions in the
Oh.
chat?
I have one about amethyst peonies talking about horse milk ice cream.
Ew.
Horse, oh no.
No one to know.
Oh, I'm seeing one from Mellow
We're not on the
Trucker.
Mongolian steppes. We don't drink horse milk here.
I milked your cow. We don't have a
Dumbass.
cow. Oh.
John asked a
Oh my
question, and I'm gonna put it to everybody. Are there any new popular singers on the endorsement bandwagon, and who do you want to see?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't understand.
Rage Against the Machine. I want to see Rage.
Who do you want to see endorse the ticket?
Social
Rage.
Distortion because Mike Ness punched a Trumper.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He was like,
I do.
He was screaming racist shit, and Mike Ness decked him.
It's always good to punch a Nazi.
Oh yeah.
Lizzo. Give me
Okay.
Lizzo. 5,
Yeah,
I agree.
already, yeah.
24/7 and thrice on Sunday. Lizzo.
Yep. Dave Grohl.
Yeah, be another good one.
Yeah.
Like they could literally just like hold an October surprise concert with all these motherfuckers coming out, and it would
Green Day is already
fucking
doing it.
rock. It would make Kid Rock's appearance with the Hulk look like a joke. And
Well,
they
Meatloaf,
are.
they're
The
playing
DNC
Meatloaf,
is
guys.
gonna
They're
do
playing
that.
Meatloaf at their fucking show.
The DNC is
just
gonna
make them
do
look
that.
like the joke they are.
But
Wait,
after
what
the
what
DNC,
Meatloaf song are they playing? Is it I would do anything for Glove, but I won't do that?
Pretty sure that's the song it was too.
Okay.
Is that on the B side
You
of
tick the
Sectional
cheeseburger
Healing?
right out of 'em.
They have to play Meatloaf because
timeline.
he's dead and he can't object to them using his music.
Oh,
His family
rest-
said.
he is a COVID denier
Rest in
anyway.
peace,
Robert
So,
Paulson.
like,
You,
yeah, I'm
you
sure
know
he'd
it's
be
not
all
safe
about
to book Meatloaf as a live act. That doesn't work
Yeah.
out so well. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Robert Paulson.
it.
Yeah.
Jim Steinman was the brains behind the music anyway, and we all know it. He even did
Yepper.
stuff. Yeah, well, he even did shit with Sisters of Mercy. So that's what I'm saying.
Nice. Still haven't heard Sisters of Mercy. You're missing out.
They're so good. God, that's just one
They're
big.
addicting.
Well, also they recently had a tour here in Europe, and they just shit the bed live. Like it was,
Aw.
it did not go well. There was
Aw.
Andrew Eldritch shit the bed and rolled in it. Let's just put it that way. We'll just leave it there.
Ugh.
But that's okay because vintage Sisters of Mercy, they'll always be there for us. All right. Well, I suppose if there's no other questions in the chat, then that would
Are we good?
conclude
Yeah, we're
episode 19 of Dive Bar of
Wow.
Democracy. We want to thank all our special guests who joined us. Thank you so much, Hammer Venus. Make sure that you check out the Machine Room podcast. And also that make sure that you check out the Tony Michaels podcast. Plays every day. If you give a good goddamn about your democracy.
Head out of your fucking ass.
Let's smash the
Bye,
fash.
everybody.
Let's win this election. And we will see you crazy kids next week.